And the first stop will be in Estumbo Dededo this Saturday from 9 a.m. at 12 p.m. What they're trying to do is they're doing this mass testing in the communities to just study and take a look at how widespread COVID-19 is on Guam.
Right, and then one of the other areas that they mentioned a bunch of different areas where they want to do this community testing, but one of the areas that they did put out was the Sagambasita and Agat. And so we want to bring Agat Mayor Kevin Susuico onto the show. Good morning, Mayor.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Sabrina.
Good morning.
I guess just first of all, tell us what you know. I know that the governor and her team had put out that we're going to do testing at Sagambasita. I guess my first question is, what are the residents saying? Have you been getting calls about this?
You know, we have been receiving a few calls, and, you know, the information that we received into our office was very, very minimal. And it was more of an inquiry question regarding, of course, the use of the facility. But they're requesting to utilize the Agat Senior Citizen Center. I know it's a little bit closer into the village, but according to them, it's supposed to be, you know, kind of like a drive-up, if you will, right? A drive-up a type of testing where the doctors, nurses will come out and do the testing right at the vehicle, and then the vehicle kind of pulls away and heads back out. But nothing has really been confirmed with our office. I know, again, it was just an inquiry regarding this side, of course, of our area, because Inarahan is already testing down on that southern side, so they're looking for a testing area for our side. You know, I know that we have some constituents that have some concerns about, oh, you know, Mayor, what if people are tested and what if they are positive? And, you know, this could bring the virus to our side. But, you know, it could also mean that we could actually find out if there's anybody in our area that could possibly have it, that may not want to be tested, right? So I guess it's a two-edged sword, if you will. And so, you know, at the same time, we don't want to bring anything in here. I mean, we've already had 3, and thankfully 2 have recovered. But, you know, at the same time, we want to see if there's anybody else out here that you know, would be willing to get tested. And of course, if they do, then, you know, we would like to at least provide the facility. The second visita, in which they were requesting for, would be kind of hard, especially since it's going to be a drive-up or a drive-in type of testing, because then, you know, it's a fenced-in area. So I don't know how they're thinking they're just drive in and then be able to turn around in the inside without causing a traffic jam within the office.
Did they?
And another thing is that, you know, we don't really want it to be down at the second visita, because, you know, our office is still open every day, and we don't want people to say, okay, you know, maybe this line's long, let's see if we can just walk into the mayor's office to try and see if we can get information. And, you know, we put our staff on the line there too once they get out of their vehicles. So.
Right. So Mayor, when you heard them throw out Sagambasita, were you surprised? Were you consulted at all in this?
I was consulted by Mayor Melissa Savars from Dededo, but again, you know, this is based on just inquiry, and it seems like every time they're going to have something down here in this area, you know, they always utilize the center, so it's nothing new for us. Again, we're always willing to help, but, you know, give us the information so that way when the public comes to our office or when they call in, we know what to tell them too. And, you know, that's been my biggest one of my biggest concerns since the very beginning, is that give us the information we need so that we can answer our people. I mean, we get these calls every single day, you know, and so when it hit the news, everyone was saying, Lanyat, Mayor, you know, this is going to be a problem here. And, you know, have you even considered this? I mean, did we consult anybody? And so it's been quite a challenge in our office for the past few days since the Sagambasitas even come out. And so, again, you know, we're willing to help, but please ensure our community too that, you know, the testing will be done correct, and at the very, very minimal, there will be little to no exposure or, you know, any type of you know, possibilities to where that could actually lead into our community. And so when they said drive up, that could be a possibility, you know, because the Senior Citizen Center has a large parking lot, and then they would just kind of flow out without getting down and contaminating the building or touching anything in the inside. And so,
did they request for mayor staff to help with these clinics?
No, they didn't.
Okay,
and for that, I probably would not even allow my staff to get near that, because we're not trained.
Right.
And again, we know nothing about this, and, besides use your mask and wash your hands and be practice clean hygiene. But other than that, we're no one to be put on the line there.
I thought that was interesting, Mayor, when the governor had come out and said, "Hey, we're going to ask the mayors, where the areas are in their village where they think there might be a like."
And that's another concern is that we don't know, and we don't know where in the area, and public health, even on the last 3, wouldn't release any other information other than, well, there are 3 in your community, and that's all the information because of HIPAA, and I understand. But at the same time, I mean, give us some information for us to at least be comfortable enough to make these type of decisions, because when we make these decisions, we have, our population is right behind us, either one, gonna get ready to choke us, or 2, be ready to support us. So, I mean, we need to be ready, and most especially armed, at least in our office, with the right knowledge to again explain to our community what exactly is going to be happening. And so I'm still waiting for a call from public health. The only call I received was just from the Mayor's Council of Guam's president, Mayor Melissa, just requesting again to see if the possibilities of using the second Basita at first or the Senior Citizen Center would be available. And so again, I'm sure the officials are listening to the call, and I'm pleading with you to please, if you want us to help you, help us, because there's no way that we can do this alone, and there's no way that they can do it alone too. And so
You sound a little frustrated.
Yeah, it's like you guys are always the last to know, Mayor.
We are, and the frustration is there because again, the frustration is there because we get the information last. We truly do. And we're here every single day with our community since day one. They said, don't close, you're essential. And, we're just trying to reassure our people. We're out there delivering our senior citizens lunches. We're out there trying to keep the village maintained. We're out there delivering lunches for the students. And so we're doing our part. But as far as the testings and as far as, keeping everybody safe, they need to give us, and they need to arm us again with that knowledge of that information, so we can do our jobs and we can actually be out there with our folks, with our communities, because that's the only way it's going to work for the mayors.
Did Mayor Savaris give you any indication on when they might do this drive-through testing in Agat?
There's no confirmed date for Agat because I believe they're starting up in Dededo and the more northern and central areas first. But again, people may not be able to feel the symptoms then. I mean, you cannot say, okay, we're going to be doing the testing this Friday, so everybody plan on being sick this Friday. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard for them to say, Agat, you're going to be scheduled for this date, because you don't know if they already had the symptoms before, they just didn't want to get tested, or they're going to feel it the day after they're done with the testing. So I really don't know how this is going to work, and I'm quite interested to see how it's going to plan out in Dededo. I know we don't even have the right numbers of test kits. There's...
What can you tell us about that, Mayor? I saw that you had messaged me that. So what are you saying? What are they telling you about the number of test kits that we have and the ability to perform this community testing at a level that the governor said we would?
Well, I'm only, again, I'm going by, I watch the news all the time, and I'm just going based on what I see on the news, just like everybody else.
Right.
Because that's the information we're getting, which is already secondhand.
Mm.
And so, the governor is saying that she doesn't want to utilize any other test kits other than what's been tested already by CDC. And so, the test kits aren't here from what we're told, right? And so if you only have 2,000 test kits, for example, and Dededo has 1,010,000 people up there. I don't see how that.
I think it's 1,012,000, Mayor. We got to be accurate.
Down here at Agat, right? So, we'll see. I mean, we'll again play it by ear because we don't have the date. That's how the call came into the office. It was just an inquiry. There's no date for Agat. There's no. They didn't give us any other information other than, would you be willing to host the testing site down in the municipality? And so, again, of course, we're willing to help, but give us the right information that we'll be needing, so that way we can keep our public, aware, most especially those that are concerned, because we do have our share of those that are under dialysis, or those that may be under receiving some other medical, services, and,
Right.
and we really need to know that, because those are the calls that we're receiving already.
Right.
And again, we, just like public health has been reassuring everybody else, is that just stay indoors, stay at home, and keep washing your hands, and keep your hands out of your face, because that's the only way that it could be transmitted. So everyone is saying, well, Mayor, if they drive into Agat, then we're going to immediately get the virus, and it's not that. That's not the case, right? So
when's the last time you guys have had any communication with public health?
I received that call from Melissa, I believe, on Monday.
Oh, no, not from Melissa, but from public health, just a briefing on what's happening or anything like that.
We had a Zoom meeting, I think, last week, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say last week.
This was for the dashboard?
That was the dashboard meeting. So no other meeting has been set after.
I feel your frustration, Mayor, because you're right, and we deal with it too here in the media when the governor's office and the COVID-19 people go out and say things. Dr. Cabrera said it yesterday. It was there's a difference between discussion and decision. But when they go out and they say, "Hey, we're going to do a Stumbo. Hey, we're going to do Agat." I mean, it just, people need to know. They want to know, and they want to know yesterday. And so, like us, you're right there on the front line getting the calls.
The influx of calls, I tell you, the moment that Agat's name came out there in the second Mesita, the calls were flooding our office. And
Right.
I put it on our mayor's chat saying, "Hey, give me more information on this, because we cannot just go based on an inquiry to our office and then have left us out there. You're leaving us out there to fend for ourselves as far as information." And people are saying, "You guys are going to have this thing down here. You don't know when you're having it. You don't know how many test kits. I mean, why would you guys even announce this to for the public to know?" And hey, we're at the same mercy of everyone else,
which isn't right. I mean,
asking for the information.
Yeah,
give us information.
Right. I mean, you're an elected leader. You need to be a little bit not above the people, but you should be getting the info real time when they make these decisions. You guys should be included in it, so you're not blindsided. But you're not the only one. I hear too that
we work directly with our people, and
Right.
I don't see why it's always hard for us to get the information. But again, it's no different from even a typhoon, So everybody's updated, and then let's call in the mayors, right?
Right.
But when things hit, let's check the mayors and see what they're doing.
Or how about when it's election? Oh, let's check the mayors.
So I mean, we always get that. It's the same thing. I just really wish that we had an open communication where we were updated, at least on a weekly basis, and not just, we'll send you a message if something comes up, or if your village has a cluster, or if your village has a hot spot, or let us know, please, because, we're doing our best down here to try and keep everybody safe. We're trying to keep everybody indoors. We're trying to keep everybody just, everybody's anxious to get back to their regular daily lives, right, and their daily schedules.
Right.
Have you talked to Mayor Savaras since the last time?
I did. I spoke with her yesterday, and again, I spoke with her because I put a call to her saying, "Mayor, give me whatever information you need, because I'm expected to receive a call in the morning, and I want to make sure that when I receive the call from Chris and Sabrina, that the information I'm giving is the information you're giving, because that's the only transparency I have is between you and me. That's mayor to mayor. I don't have any other information other than that, because I haven't been the one in contact with public health."
Yeah. Is this how it's going, that Mayor Savaras is the point person for all the other mayors?
She is the point person because I believe she's the one that's kind of
Right.
leading the way, leading the way for all the other mayors. And so the Zoom meetings are arranged by mayor, and if we do have a meeting, or if there's any other information that they need, she contacts us directly, and we try and assist her. And I understand that poor Linda, she can't reach out to every single mayor or every single person that has an inquiry.
Mm-hmm.
But again, when you're going to utilize a community, this is a community that you're going to be utilizing.
Yeah, Mayor, that's why we have 5 spokespeople there at Adelup. That's so that they can go and Tentagu and go and work with the mayors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel you, Mayor.
I wish that was the case, but again, for me and to our people, again, let's stay indoors, let's stay safe, and I'll try my best to keep everyone posted with the information that I do have. But as far as the information that we do have, it's very minimal again. And I hope that to the people of, the administration, please give us information as the mayor, so that way we can actually help our community and our constituents.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Well,
Thank you so much. You guys have a nice day.
Mayor.
Okay, if you need anything, just let us know. You know, Agat holds a special place in my heart.
Well, me too. Hello.
I'm saddened because this year we had to cancel our mango festival, and that was one of the biggest things that it was with the heavy heart that we had to put out the cancellation.
Right. And Mayor, when people talk about being impacted, I mean, I'm so blessed. I'm really just so fortunate to have this job and to be able to come to work. And man, I host social gatherings. That's like how I make, my side income. Yeah. So, when you guys cancel the Mango Fest, but I have to ask before I let you go, where the mango at? I mean, can we, can you arrange a curbside drop off? Bree, I'm serious.
No, I am too.
Yeah, I mean, I love the mango, Mayor, and I'm just saying, everybody.
And this year we like you're saying, we're blessed. This year we didn't receive a lot of rainfall, and we didn't receive a lot of hard winds, and so the trees are just blooming.
But to that, no, yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Okay.
But
so
anytime we'll arrange for that.
I will. I can do a drive-through.
I'll do it. We'll do a 6 feet social distancing.
Right. Yes.
I'll put it on the galley and I'll pass it up.
Thank you, Mayor. All right.
Okay.
So wash your hands. There you go. There you go. Agat Mayor Kevin Susuico. Of course, the frustration we've heard.